animal suicide may be shedding light on human behavior. There is a new report which I read in, this is from Discovery Online, and it points out that animals of all sorts seem to kill themselves willingly, that animal suicides may be able to teach us a lot about human suicides, and that for centuries people denied that animal suicides even existed or did not take them as evidence of human-like intentions. Now, more and more evidence is coming out that grieving dogs, depressed horses, even whales mysteriously beaching themselves may actually be suicidal animal behavior, and that this could actually be a good model for human suicide behavior, which points out that there's kind of a calculation made that the repercussions of being dead, in other words, no longer being alive, would be a better situation than being alive provides. Now, with humans, we do have suicides that are related to mental illness and completely separate from kind of the more euthanasia type settings that many people feel more comfortable with. What's your reaction to this animal suicide idea? And of course, a lot of literal religious followers are calling this into question because they believe only humans have souls, and therefore it would not make sense that an animal could have the same type of thought process that would relate to human suicidal tendencies.
Right. I think in a lot of cases, especially with the whales, and I mean, how can you be 100% certain that a whale beaching itself was suicide? Perhaps the whale had some type of stroke or aneurysm and just was disoriented. You know, I think in a lot of cases with these animals, it's got to be very difficult to be absolutely sure that the death is a suicide.
There are questions, but you know, when you see, the counter to this would be animals may self-destruct, so to speak. We see this with ants, that they will kind of run in this crazy circle until they literally die from exhaustion. But that's different than consciously committing suicide, and that isolated incidents about one or another species doesn't really say that there is this kind of greater consciousness among animals. The other one is that if an animal wanders off to die, it's not committing suicide, it's just how it works. An animal is conditioned through evolution to just kind of wander off, to not slow down the pack or the group, and it doesn't really compare to somebody killing themselves, a human killing themselves, because of depression or sadness.
Right. I mean, I think there's something to it. I mean, I know about, you know, like herds of cows plunging themselves off cliffs and
Right.
strange things like that. But I don't really think we can gather much from the animal suicides.
Really? You're completely uninterested by this?
Well, I mean, it's somewhat interesting, but I don't know. This doesn't sound like it's too in-depth and too extensive.
So you're not finding this to be scientifically valid based on your analysis?
I'm just calling it into question.
Okay.
I'm sure it's scientifically valid.
All right. Big change of heart from Lewis at the last second there.